I love Instagram and TikTok because that's where I got to have this career, I would say. I started the Laufey project from my bedroom. I wanted an outlet to kind of express myself, and I guess there were a lot of bored people at home, and it's so fun the way that the amount of reach you can get. Like, I managed to kind of like start a community online, and from the very beginning I've had like, my fans have been so involved in my work and my like decisions about which songs to put out and like which songs to finish. Like, after I write a song, I'll almost always like turn on a live stream and I'll play it and I'll see like the response and the comments and stuff, and I can always gauge like which ones are like extra special, and I'm like, okay, I will record that song and I'll release it. I'm really thankful to have that. Also, just my whole goal as a musician is to take classical and jazz traditions, this music that I grew up loving, and introducing it to a younger audience, and kind of taking away, honestly, like the snobby shells of those genres, and kind of want to make it more accessible for a younger generation. And TikTok and Instagram have been such a great way to do that, because, you know, I posted little snippets of my originals that sounded old or jazz standards online, and I'd get these comments from my fans saying like, oh, what is this genre, or this sounds like something from an old movie, or something that my grandmother used to love. And I realized there's like this whole generation that has an appreciation for this music, but they can't quite put their finger on like what it is. And that, you know, really helped kind of like drive my ambitions, but also just feed into my goals of, you know, giving these traditions, these like classical and jazz music, a new life, and kind of keeping it alive. You know, creators that have been doing this for a long time, I think something that is a very new concept is kind of like this world of social media, right? And this kind of like very fast, you know, landscape that we live in. Like, an app or a music kind of platform or whatnot will be in and out within 1 or 2 years. So I think it's just like kind of learning to adapt. For example, like when TikTok came along, like I think a lot of artists who had been doing fine without TikTok were kind of like, oh, I have to like figure out how to use this and whatnot. And I totally understand why that would suck. But I think one of the best skills you can adopt is learning how to use those, and learn how to change with the landscape quickly, you know, and kind of like allowing yourself to learn from younger people and not deciding immediately that it's not for you. I know so many people that just like decided immediately like, oh, that's just not for me. That's like for younger people. But I think if you could kind of like jump on trends and attempt to learn them, however silly you may feel, I think that will be the greatest benefit. Because I think as we continue into the future with music and creative spaces, I think it's going to continue to change so rapidly.